Hi guys, bit of a different video today that I wanted to make. Just talking for a few minutes about something that I think is a mistake I've really noticed recently a lot of learners are making. It's not a specific grammar or pronunciation mistake or anything like that, but more so a mistake in terms of the way people are learning the language. And that's essentially that it comes down specifically to people trying to improve their listening and how they can understand spoken Irish better, which I know is the toughest part of Irish for most people. And the mistake is essentially people find one source, let's call it, that might be a podcast, a TV show, might be one person in real life that they talk to, might be something on the radio. They find kind of one thing that they like, and maybe they find the Irish often slightly easier to understand because of whatever dialect or level of Irish that person may speak, and they just stick to that stuff. They never listen to anything else. And obviously, in any language, that's a bit dangerous because there's always variation within a language in terms of how people speak. But in Irish, it can really set you back because obviously, listen, it's still way, way better than not listening to anything, which is a separate problem, which the obvious solution to that is just start listening to stuff. And you need to be listening to stuff to improve your comprehension. But listening to just one source or one or two sources or just one dialect, whatever it might be, can really set you back in Irish because there's such a great variety in terms of the way people speak. Obviously, you have the three main dialects, Connacht, Munster and Ulster, but on top of that, there's other smaller dialects across the country. You have sub-dialects within that, so while I speak, I suppose, mainly Connacht Irish or a mix of Connacht and Standard Irish, there's other people with Connacht Irish, which is completely different to mine. So just because you can understand me doesn't mean you can understand someone from Spittle, someone from Carrow, someone from Carna, wherever it might be. There's a lot of variation within the dialects. The difference between older speakers and younger speakers is so much more than it would be in any other European language or most other European languages. At least there's quite a big difference there between kind of more modern Irish, let's call it, and older Irish. The difference between native speakers and non-native speakers, again, if you're listening to the radio in Spain, 99% of the speakers will be native speakers. In Irish, maybe only 50-60% tops will be native speakers on podcasts and TV shows and different sources like that. So there's such a huge variety, and different words can be pronounced in so many different ways. Think of the word for outside or out. I would say umwe, can also be pronounced umo, and it can also be pronounced umwig. Okay, and there might even be more pronunciations outside of that from different smaller dialects and sub-dialects that I'm not aware of. Erfa, erfag, erfai is a good example of one that changes in each major dialect, and there's so many different examples you could go into with that, or different words used in different dialects. And I'm assuming most people who want to learn Irish, they'd love to get to a position where you could turn on the radio. Is a good example because if you turn on Radio na Gaeltachta or Radio Rira, you never know who's going to be speaking, really. So the radio is a good example where I'm imagining most people watching this want to get to the level where you could turn on Radio na Gaeltachta, and regardless of who's speaking, you're comfortable understanding it. It's not like, oh, I'm turning this on and I hope it's someone with this exact type of Irish or this exact level, because otherwise I'm in trouble, I won't understand. I presume that's the level that people want to get to. So how do you do that? You have to listen to as much stuff as possible. It's impossible for you to just find one person, let's say it was me and my content, listen to me for 2 or 3 years religiously, and then go and understand a 70-year-old Ulster speaker on the radio, or someone from even a non-native, whatever, someone from Clare, someone from Leitrim, whatever, kind of non-Gaeltacht county, who is 40 years old but has learned Irish. They're very, every single person is going to speak different type of Irish. So it's massively important to be listening to a load of different people with a kind of different age range, I suppose, older speakers, younger speakers, native speakers, non-native, people who aren't even fluent, different dialects, whatever it might be. It's going to massively help you. And again, I know it's easy to find something you like and you're comfortable with and just stick with it, but it's really important to be able to listen to different people, feel comfortable listening to different people, and there's no other way around it with listening more so than other stuff. I think with speaking and writing, there's different hacks and ways you can work smart and not hard and put in less hours but get more, I suppose, achievement or improve more from those hours. With listening, there's no way around it, really. In my opinion, at least the more you listen, the better you get. And I know it's frustrating at times listening to stuff where you're thinking, I don't have a clue what's going on here. but listen to stuff with no subtitles, some stuff with Irish subtitles, some stuff with English subtitles, some stuff with subtitles, but you're only looking at subtitles when you're unsure of stuff. Do a mix, listen to different people, listen to different sources, watch different stuff. It's going to massively help you and help you way more than just listening to the one podcast or the one video you really like. And again, it's going to help you to get to that level where it doesn't matter who comes up to you, what type of Irish they have, you're going to feel comfortable knowing that, yeah, I'll be able to understand this, no problem. So hopefully that makes sense, and let me know, is it something that you kind of struggle with or do, or is it something that you're always careful with to listen to a lot of different people? What type of stuff do you listen to? And yeah, just something that was on my mind and thought might be useful for some people.